my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you given. Gotta make wise decisions. Gotta stay tunnel vision. Gotta avoid collision.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's got room. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's a tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Detroit!
2nd down, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The former first-round pick, Shea McClellan, in on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action now. Taylor. And able to find Conley. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Domata Peko, the one to get him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Taylor dumps it off to Mixon. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
Here's Taylor to throw, letting one go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Mayfield looking deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kiki QT, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Taylor on first down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run with Mixon. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On first down, it's Taylor. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Play action. Now Taylor. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is McCaffrey on the give. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Gun!
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field, where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And that'll be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Taylor again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And it's the linebacker, Shea McClellan, with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Following the interception, Mayfield finding room to the 20. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jackson. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun. Mayfield got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for the rookie Baker Mayfield. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Taylor to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. To Mixon on the check down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Mixon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. To throw is Taylor. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's first and 10.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Ready. 319. 319.
To throw again. Taylor. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just better plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Darnold. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Domata-Peko. Breaking throw to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a run with McCaffrey. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Mayfield to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Mayfield now, escaping the pressure right. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call? I
do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, which you're counting on to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Bengals getting set to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On first down, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A handoff to Mixon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Darnold. Dumps it off to Mixon. And then he goes with a juke. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Bengals. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. He's going to let this go deep. Back, and that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Lucky 56.
McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Faking the give, Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A gain of 32 that time. Darnold to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Darnold. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Andre Holmes, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. There he goes, left side. And how about that return? As he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 45 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. A big third down play there for the Bengals. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Darnold escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, your defense. But it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.